Hello to you all, and I hope this message finds you well. I had a vision last night that I want to share, and words I received that I'll share as well. But before I start, I want to share that it's been a challenging few days for me since Friday. I had a vision on Friday. It sparked from a conversation I was having with someone, and I saw the earth in a way that I've never seen it before. All the land was arranged in the front view as I've been taught. The shape wasn't in the globe shape, it wasn't round. Nothing was flat. But where on the globe one would see the Pacific Ocean, it was as if the ocean wrapped around the back of the globe, almost in the shape of hands, but wave-like, as if those hands could clasp in the middle, like a form of vacuum. I've been battling with this vision because easily it's been one of the most difficult reconciliations I've had to make with my mind, because I've grown to respect my vision. But this one became a challenge. I've been to the depths of Google and YouTube on this topic. And so I don't want to get into the unpacking of that. There are many resources on that topic. There's so much online about that. But it sent my mind into a loop, and it sent my mind into a loop, looping thoughts. I was becoming obsessed with this concept, reconciling this, until early on yesterday I decided to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And what I somewhat decided was, rather than trying to reconcile my vision of the earth with what is taught about the earth from a scientific point of view, from a NASA point of view, all of that, rather to realize that perhaps there is a reconciliation happening between how I see life on earth and how I perceive life on earth in light of creation. And this has changed the way I'm still very interested in this, researching this topic, but I've made peace now with reading theories and answers to things humans clearly have no clue about. And by this I mean, I believe it's better to say we don't know than to create a theory. Because the way I saw the earth, I don't believe one can be taught by another person or by any book or website on earth what is actually beyond our atmosphere. And I don't want to give you a headache. I don't want to transfer my headache. So I'm going to just move on to the vision I had last night. Something I want to add to that before I move on to my vision is there's something very intriguing for me when I consider that I've dreamed about being out in space. I've seen planets. There with my consciousness looking at planets. I am amongst the planets, I'm there. But I've never seen the earth in my dreams. So that's actually what caught me about seeing the earth. And there was a big contrast between the shape of the planets that I saw and the shape of the earth that I saw. And more than that, there is definitely something to be said about the visual appeal of Earth compared to the rest of the planets. And definitely a sense that what is living on Earth, what Earth is not the same as the other planets. And I know this sounds so obvious, but I find that there are so many theories around, are there other solar systems? Are there aliens? Are there, all of these things? Our perception of what is outside of our atmosphere, I don't believe that can be perceived from a human perspective. And if one were to really ever want to know what it is and what is there, one needs to find it inside, within. And I say this to encourage us to create space in our minds, clear the clutter of what we're fed, to make room for creation to speak to us and to tell us what we need to know. I'm also sharing this on the back of these solar surges, these solar flares that we're experiencing right now on Earth. The last time I felt this in my heart was in May. I must say it was intense in May. It was intense. However, I was able to make sense of what was going on. And there has been more conversation going on with what the solar flares are up to currently. But I hadn't really felt anything again until last night. And a friend helped me to put this feeling into words, this feeling that my heart feels like. It's like my heart has been put is energetically being microwaved. It's that kind of heat, and it's like my heart is cooking. It feels like my heart is cooking. And so there is something happening between my heart and the sun. That's what I can make of that. Back to my vision. This vision was extremely out of the ordinary for me because, throughout our conversations regarding the Holy Spirit, God, Christ consciousness, Jesus, John, all of these things, I never brought myself to the point where I want to say personify these characters, but rather to learn and allow myself to be taught about their qualities that I'm to embody or that I'm to explore. But as I was going to sleep, it was very late. I have been very restless. I don't want to even underestimate that. I've been very restless, and it was 1 a.m. I saw this vision of the earth the way I had pictured it, but this time no emphasis on the water, and it was the earth. And I saw Jesus standing on top of the earth. And so I'm facing the earth, and Jesus is standing on top of the earth with his hand out to me, calling me, using his hand to call me. I've never seen Jesus in a vision. I've never seen Jesus in a dream. I've heard about people who've seen Jesus, and mostly I'm very much intrigued by Jesus appearing in the image that he's been painted in, generally. But I don't want to get into that. The point of the vision was, I believe, for me to see Jesus. And so there's Jesus on the top of the earth with his hand out to me, calling me. And I entered his embrace. I allowed Jesus to hold me. He held me and told me that when the ship gets rocked, He will continue to hold me just as He has, even when I don't know. The time as I'm writing this is 01:01, and my head was tingling. And I'm just going to keep reading what I wrote because I was writing in the moment and I don't want to change what I wrote and interpret as I go. I'm just going to read it. Something is coming, but I will be fine. I have asked God to speak to me in the morning because my mind is tired tonight. My heart feels fragile, and I'm sorry that I have doubt. I just need some rest. Perceiving the true state of the earth exhausted my body. It is a lot to digest, and I don't know how to communicate my understanding of the vision. Something is happening on earth. Endings are taking place. We will be fine. Our understanding of safety is an illusion, and staying honest has never been so important. This next part is in inverted commas. A lot of the rest is in inverted commas. This was the Holy Spirit speaking. I took down the words as I received them. In between, I'll share some numbers that I took down. Crust is shaking. Emotions are going to turn you inside out. Know that I am coming, and no wave will swallow you. Watch me come for you. You won't mistake my wave. I bring a vessel that will carry you and all those standing with you. There is enough room for everyone. You won't see me, but you will know it is me. You will perceive my wonder. You will know that I have honored you for honoring me. And as the wave comes, remember that I am love. Stay with me in love and trust that I always come. My promise is unfailing. That is the only way you will be able to perceive me, is in staying true to what you know of me. And then I heard it's like the inverted commas closed, and I heard, tell them. There are some numbers I saw as I was writing this. You know, as I looked at the time, I saw 01:01, I saw 01:10, I saw 01:11, and I saw 01:18. These numbers tell me that we are being told something about creation, the beginning, and the infinity of this beginning in time. These numbers are showing me something about simulation, the key to stability and unity attained, having accepted duality. So that's unity attained through the acceptance of duality, and having stabilized through wisdom, and that we are being made witnesses of the beginning and the end. These words are not to instill fear. They're the words that I'm given. Be assured by the loving embrace, the hand of Jesus, that invited me to have the love and courage to open up to writing this collection of words. I then saw 01:23. It has already begun. 01:24. It has begun to add up and multiply. Open inverted commas again. This set of words, the purpose is for you to know what is taking place, to stay in love, and to know that I am God. Do not turn away from fear. Rather, face fear and remember that I am love. I always have been, and I always will be. This must be done for you to experience me. I bring the wave, but I also bring the craft that will carry you. This is the hour. Close inverted commas. And then I saw a really long and thin needle being injected into the left side of my head. I didn't feel afraid of that needle. I didn't feel afraid of it. It was, again, not a physical vision, not a physical vision, the way I visualize everything. As if to say I'm being given medicine to align what has already been injected into my brain throughout my life. Coming through last week, I knew something was coming, and I knew something was up. I could feel it. But I didn't know it was going to unfold like this, in this way, and affect me like this. But what helped me go to sleep, because the words did come up, where it says here, to stay in love and to know that I am God, made me pull out a verse many know, be still and know that I am God. It comes from Psalm 46, which I just want to read now. This is from verse 1 to 11, and it says, for the chief musician, a psalm of the sons of Korah, set to Alamoth, a song. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth do change, and though the mountains be shaken into the heart of the seas, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains tremble with the swelling thereof. Selah, there is a river, the streams whereof make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God will help her, and that right early. The nations raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. Jehovah of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah, come, behold the works of Jehovah. What desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow, and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariots in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Jehovah of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Now there is obviously a part of me that wants to sit with you and explore the interpretations and symbolism of all of this. But I feel this message in particular is a very personal one, and that all I'm meant to do is share it as it is. Sending you love.